Let's say you're filling out an application, you're trying out for something, and then the person looks at you and says, okay, what is your social? How would you respond? Okay, for Liz, how would Liz respond to that? What's your social?
I would give my social security number.
Okay. Jake, one of our producers, how would you respond to that question? What's your social?
I would do the same thing.
Okay. Ninja?
I agree.
Okay, so everybody says, I give my social security number. Well, in this case, check this out. This is a mom who just took her teenager to go get his bank account.
Fallon, what did the bank ask you for today?
My social.
What did you say?
Instagram.
Here's how mom responds.
Your social security number. It's
I didn't know.
Not your social platform. So the bank goes, okay, so what is your social? He goes, oh, it's Instagram. No, son, your social security number. Not your social media. Right? I'm on Snapchat and TikTok.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
This teenager is opening up a bank account with his mom, and when the clerk says, okay, what's your social? He replies Instagram instead of his social security number. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio makes me think about my own kids and the things that they used to say. Like my oldest would used to call KFC when it was known as Kentucky Fried Chicken instead of KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. I had another one I called a motorcycle a Wallygog when he was a baby.
Where did that come from?
I think the sound.
Oh,
when
okay.
When it came by, it sounded like Wallygog. I don't know.
I hear you. Well, my boys, talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken, my boys used to ask to go to Nick Lachey, who was a singer for a pop boy band back in the day, because they wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. And so now
you would say Nick Lachey? That's
yes.
great.
And so now I say, hey, you want to go to Nick Lachey? Or my son works for Nick Lachey.
Hey, maybe makes a lot of money. An assistant now.
There you go.
So Morgan is here at 800-447-7234. What about your kid, Morgan?
When my oldest son was little, it rained and it rained and it rained, and I thought, oh man, I wish the rain would quit. I think I even grumbled. I must have grumbled about it, because he looked up at me and he said, Mama, doesn't Jesus send the rainy day to make the flowers grow? But also, he was the one that when I looked at him when he was about 12 and said, David, you're starting to get a mustache.
And what do you think about that?
He looked back at me and said, so are you, Mom.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
It's Rob and Liz in the morning. This is His Radio. How about those things your kids used to say? You know, they pronounce things a little bit differently than when your ears hear clearly. At 800-447-7234.
Joy texted and said, my daughter Claire used to sing, instead of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, she would sing Twinkie, Twinkie, Little Star.
Now I want a Twinkie.
I know. Kimmy texted and said, okay, so her daughter would ask for a tennis shoe whenever she needed a tissue for her little boogies.
No. Give me blow your boogers into a tennis shoe.
Right, into a tennis shoe.
Jennifer is here at 800-447-7234. Hey, Jennifer.
This is embarrassing, but I have to tell you what my mom said that I said when I prayed when I was a little bitty kid.
Oh, what was it?
So kneeling at the bed and repeating after my mom, I would say, instead of Hail Mary, full of grace, I would say, Hello, Mary, full of grapes.
Hello, Mary, full of grapes. The Lord is with you.
And embarrassing, even as I'm an adult. That's embarrassing that I would say that to the Holy Mother.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Manny, Dahlia is really going to start affecting a lot of weather, especially along the coast. I mean, I was taking a look, and it looks like by Wednesday at 1 in the morning, it's going to bang right into Florida on the Gulf Coast. Somewhere maybe near Ocala, go through Gainesville. It'll hit Jacksonville. But by late afternoon on Wednesday. We'll see it skirt through Savannah. And it looks like it's going to skirt right along the rest of the coast from Charleston to Myrtle Beach and the Outer Banks by Thursday morning. So it's going to be a lot of weather that we're going to see because of Idalia.
Yeah, and even inland, if you're looking at Columbia, if you're looking at the upstate of South Carolina and those types of places, you're even going to get some of that wind and rain. And I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but it's a good bit cooler this morning. So maybe it's just helping to push some of that cooler temperature.
It's nice that it starts to feel like fall right now. It puts all the PSL in perspective.
It really does. It makes you
Right?
just want one that much more.
I'm telling you.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Nope, can't do it. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio. Nope.
I don't know if you've seen different things people put in coffee. Like there's creamer, right? And then there's all these different flavors of creamer. And then some people put like honey in their coffee or butter in their coffee. That's like a health benefit doing the butter in the coffee, right?
Yep.
So, Will Levis, he's a rookie quarterback, NFL. He puts, are you ready for this? He puts, I don't know if I want to say this, but mayonnaise in his coffee. He puts a condiment, mayonnaise in his coffee.
Oh, son. Where did you ever learn this? Where did you learn this?
I don't know where he got this from. I mean, Scott's a fan of the mayonnaise in the coffee.
No, I've heard of people using mayonnaise instead of oil and cooking, but I've never heard of someone taking mayo and putting it in coffee instead of like a creamer that you would normally think about or milk.
So here's the thing now. NFL rookie quarterback, Will Levis, mayonnaise in the coffee. He did a TikTok of this. It went viral. So the mayonnaise company, is it Hellman's? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
He now has free mayonnaise from them for life.
Well, why would you want that brand? Because if it ain't Duke's, it ain't going in there.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
There are some people that are very excited about paper plates making a comeback. And there are certain paper plates. And they're the paper plates that bring back memories for kids. They are Zoo Pals. As a matter of fact, Ninja and Jake have fond memories of the Zoo Pals. So much so they know a theme song.
Oink, oink, zoo pals. Buzz, buzz, zoo pals. Quack, quack, zoo pals. Zoo pals making it fun.
I've never heard that in my life, but evidently it was a thing.
Yeah, I don't remember the theme song either. I do remember the little plates. Absolutely. There was like a tiger, and I want to say there was an elephant, and I can't remember all the animals.
Yeah, and these are the plates that are a round plate, but the ears, offshoot. And so you could put something in the little ears. I don't know, a dessert or something.
Yeah, I would used to put like fruit in one of them, and then I would put like a little tiny dessert in the other one, and then you had the meal like on the face part of it. So it was a little compartment.
I have to know how old Ninja and Jake were when these zoo plates, or what are they? They're called Zoo Pals, right?
Yeah, like 5 or 6. My mom would get them and make masks out of them for our birthday parties.
Get out. Really?
Yeah. They're
That is
fun.
super, super cool that she thought. I never thought I'm a bad mom. Never thought to do that.
Liz calling herself a bad mom. Come on. You're one of the best moms around, and I can so see you doing this.
I never thought about it. Of course, I'm not a creative as far as that goes, so I was just filling it up, and at least I bought them.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I am not the grilling person in my family, so I don't have to worry about it too often. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio.
Grill. Are you talking about cooking, or are you talking about how you speak to people?
No, no, it's talking about cooking.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if you saw this or not, but I was looking at the fat to beef ratio of a burger, and that there is a certain ratio that is perfect for taste. And I wonder if you
90-10.
know what it is.
90-10.
90-10. What about you, Scott?
80-20.
The experts say 80-20.
Boom.
What?
knew it.
Yeah, it's 80-20. And the professionals, the chefs say there's more juices in the burger with the more fat in the 80-20 than the 90-10. Now, 90-10 might be healthier because there's less fat in it, but the 80-20 is the flavorful.
Well, all I know is you only flip it once or you lose all the juices. If you keep flipping that thing like somebody in my family, my dad used to do, you lose all the juices and the
Really?
flavor.
I don't know. I don't cook because I cannot see the color inside the burger.
They make this thing. It's a meat thermometer.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Melinda, Wayne, and David, when they were little, when they were growing up, they used to go to this drive-in theater really close to their hometown. It's Belmont, North Carolina, which is kind of outside of Gastonia. So they used to go all the time, and they loved it. And every time they went, they saw family because their family owned this drive-in since like the late 1940s. So they grew up going to this drive-in. It closed down in 2014. So almost 10 years ago, this drive-in theater, people were getting away from going to drive-in theaters. Now it's a bit of nostalgia. They've just reopened it. The siblings did, the kids.
No way. So they're like reliving their past, but bringing it to people who've never experienced it before.
Right. So it's like a 75-year-old drive-in, costs $25 per car. But if you think about it, you got a family of even 4, 5, or 6, whatever it is, and you pile everybody up, it's actually a savings. What's so cool is like they're still employing some of their family to be part of this drive-in
Oh,
theater.
that's
So it's a
great.
family
I love
affair.
it. I absolutely love that. And that they're open, what is it, like on weekends or something?
Well, it starts, yes, at weekends. I think they might be open a couple of days throughout the week, but the movies start about dusk, and the gates open at 6 o'clock, so you can get a really good spot if you want to and get some snacky snacks.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Here's this one couple. They're having a destination wedding in Italy. Yeah, so what they had to do first was go and get their marriage license and then a letter of intent, and then they travel off in a few weeks to go to Italy and have their wedding in Italy. Everything already taken care of, marriage license, all that stuff. Here's the thing. After this couple went out for dinner, they went home. And when they went home, he noticed that his dog had some dinner, which happened to be his passport. And it was damaged to the point where he can't use it. Well, here's the thing. They're getting married in Italy. He needs his passport to get to Italy.
Yeah, and Chicky, which is the name of the dog, was just munching on it. And if Chicky would have messed up the back couple of pages, not a big deal. He kind of, started with the first course. He started with the appetizer, which was the ID portion of the passport. Which is awful. So lost all of their important information, but they say that they've contacted government officials, some congressmen and women in their area to try to make things move. This happened to us.
This happened to your family?
So my daughter lost her passport. We were going to Mexico, family vacation. She lost it. She didn't tell me she lost it until 3 days before we left.
No.
So I did the same thing. Reached out to a congressman and said, hey, is there anything, not that I called him, I don't have him on the ready. I just called the office. And his assistant was like, yes. Had she called us yesterday, had she told you yesterday, we could have expedited it, but it's too close to your date. We had to leave her behind.
No. How old was she?
She was 18. She just graduated, and this was one of her graduation presents. It was like a country song. We had to leave her because she also broke her phone. We had to go get her a burner phone, and we left her in the parking lot of Walmart as we drove away and went to Mexico.
No. And there she is in the parking lot waving.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you've been traveling and you've seen a fence post in the middle of, Idaho or something like that. Just see a fence post. There's not a no trespassing sign, but you see purple on the fence post. I don't know if you know this. Maybe you do. But there are certain states like North and South Carolina where that purple on the fence post means no trespassing.
I've never seen a purple fence that I can think of.
Not a fence, but a fence post. So
Right.
like one of the fence posts, the top or the bottom of it would be purple.
Huh.
There's
Is
a
it just a splash, or do they have to do the whole thing purple?
No,
I
not
need
really
to
the not really the whole thing. Just as long as there's visible purple somewhere on the fence, and it might be. And I think it's like certain. It depends on how long your property is, but I think it's like every certain amount of feet or yards that the purple has to be on that fence, and it means no trespassing. Because a lot of people, the signs wear out, or they fly away because of weather, or somebody just goes, "Oh, I like that sign, let me take it," but they can't take a whole post, and so that's why the purple signifies no trespassing on their property.
Well, not that I'm trying to get into gates all the time. You're inside the fences to go pet the cows or something, but